Hello and welcome, everybody. Yeah, you know who it is. It's BJ, and this is Whatever It Takes. That's right. Wherever you are over here in Twitchland, this is the show where we ask our contestants if they'll do whatever it takes to win. Like I said, I'm your host, BJ Jeranyama, and today I'm not just hosting, I'm producing as well. I'm teching this entire show. So if you're used to all the bells and whistles, well, I don't know if that's going to happen. But hey, we've got some incredible people here, including our special guest co host, Sophie. Sophie,
Hello, everyone.
how
Hi,
are you doing?
BJ. I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here. I've just been spent all week watching 1970s Soviet movies, so I'm super excited to be doing this instead. Yeah.
Naturally.
How are you,
That's
BJ?
just, I'm doing great. I haven't had the pleasure of watching 1970s Soviet movies, so I don't know if I have whatever it takes to host a show.
Yeah, well, we'll
um,
see.
Well, this is your second time being on the show, but it's your first time as a co-host. How you feeling about that?
Again, I think I'm ready for the power. I'm ready for the responsibility. It's very exciting. Really
Yeah,
excited and very excited to see how hosting, producing, having making it all happen. I think you got
yeah,
this.
yeah. I think it's going to go well. Well, you're going to be our co-host today. You're going to be our scorekeeper, the master of the challenges. You're doing it all, and but we got to see who we're going to be facing off today. We got to see who the contestants are. And if you've watched our show beforehand, you know that we have our two contestants write each other's bio, and whoever wrote the funniest bio, Sophie's going to determine who's going to go first. And that's a big advantage because they don't just get to go first in round one, but they also get to go first in round three. That can mean big points, folks. So let's see our contestants. First up, we got Doug's bio, which was written by Jess. Doug is a comedian who has played glittering venues such as the VFW and once opened for the Wooburn's favorite son, Herb Maple. A self-proclaimed juggalo, his questionable taste in music is matched only by his questionable taste in fashion. Having once displayed an affinity for fedoras, he has recently developed a taste for kilts, though the era of online show had sadly restricted their visibility. Everybody, welcome Doug. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
I am wearing a kilt right now, actually. I'm doing
Nice.
great. Nobody understands the freedom of the freedom of a kilt except for in the winter.
Doug, this might be this. You can definitely, toss this down if you don't want to. But do you mind, showing our audience your kilt?
Actually, I lied. I'm not wearing a kilt right now. I'm wearing jeans.
Oh,
I lied.
I was hoping for the bit, but that's okay. That's okay. You feeling like you ready for this for this episode of Whatever It Takes?
Yes. I was born 42 years ago just for this.
Hey,
Just for tonight.
there you go. There you go.
I feel like I should have accomplished more.
Let's see if you can accomplish something tonight, and let's meet who you're going to be competing against. Here's Jess's bio, written by you, Doug. What can we say about Jess Cashin that hasn't been redacted by the United States government? Jess first appeared on the dark web as the dark web's premier puppet burlesque entertainer, Stuffin' McFelt. She found puppeteering later in life as part of her performance therapy stemming from her involvement in SEAL Team 6, where her field specialty is team entertainment coordinator. Then one day, while performing a three puppet striptease finale for a group of shadowy government figures, she noticed that she got more bookings when she did her reenactment of House of Cards Season 1 Abridged. That inspired her to launch into a star studded career of voice acting. We don't know her from today. Hey, everybody, it's the incredible, talented Jess Cashin.
How did you find out all of that stuff? It was redacted by the government.
WikiLeaks forever.
How did you find out?
Jess, it seems like you've had a storied life already.
Mhm.
I have a rich and varied backstory.
Rich and varied indeed. And Jess, you were actually the inaugural, the first contestant that we had on Whatever It Takes. You're back here for season 2. How you feeling about that?
I am thirsting for redemption. This day.
Yep.
I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory last time. I intend to do the opposite this time.
Doug, do you have something to say about it?
It depends. I mean, it depends on what year and what type of trivia you guys come up with. Because if it happens to be movies that came out in 1997 when I was working in a Blockbuster Video, I'm gonna sweep this thing.
Or movies in 1997 when I frequented Blockbuster Video on Friday nights. What a time!
Just like tonight. You know, we don't have Blockbuster anymore, but we got Whatever It Takes.
Yeah.
And tonight we're going to be doing trivia on grocery items. If you've watched the show beforehand, you know that we do 3 different rounds. As the rounds go up, they go up in intensity, in difficulty, but the points also go up. But this week we're doing something different. We're going to have it going up in intensity, but the round 1, it's going to be grocery items, domestic, Americana grocery items. Round 2, it's going to be different specialty grocery items, not your regular items. And round 3, for our difficult rounds, it's going to be international grocery and supermarket items. We're going to see if our contestants can do this. Hey, Jess is saying that they're ready. We'll see what's going to happen. Before we get into the show, before we get into an explanation of the rules, Sophie, I got to throw it back to you. Who had the better bio?
Well, as a judge, I really do make a lot of my decisions based on fear. And if it comes between a former government operative who's done shady things all around the world and a juggalo, my respect and fear is going to go towards the juggalo. So, sorry, Doug. Jess's bio wins by a mile.
I understand. Fago represent.
Yep.
Hey, that's our juggalo homie. Jess, you're going to be going in round 1, round 3. Hey, if this is your
that band.
If this is your first time watching the show, we're just going to give you a little bit primer how the show goes, how the gameplay works. Basically, it's trivia, but with a little bit of a twist. It'll go from Jess to Doug and Jess to Doug, and they have to answer trivia. But if they don't know the answers to it, they can challenge their competitor to answer the question. But once their competitor gets challenged to answer the question, they can either answer the question and get double the points, or they can take the Whatever It Takes challenge. That's right. It's a physical challenge. It can be singing. It can be dancing. It can be doing a performance of sort. It can be doing a brain teaser. Whatever it can do. We'll see if our contestants will do whatever it takes to get that. That contestant, once they hear the Whatever It Takes challenge, they can either decide to take it or, hey, throw it back to the original person and they can do the Whatever It Takes challenge. This is the whole thing. And as round 1, round 2, round 3 happens, we start off with 20 points for an original question and then 40 points for a challenge question, and it doubles by each round. It gets harder, but also the points get higher. Contestants, Doug, Jess, y'all ready for this?
Bring it.
Looks like you're ready to go. Sophie, it's your first time. You're guest co-hosting today. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Jess, you are up. All right. This, again, I am teching the show, so I have to put this up myself. This chicken dish is named after a city in New York.
Crap.
It's a chicken dish
named
named after... I wouldn't overthink it, is what I would say.
Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it.
Okay. Chicken Manhattan?
Chicken Manhattan. Is that your final answer?
I don't
Remember,
know.
you can also, if you don't know, you can also challenge
over
Doug.
or underthought it.
You can challenge Doug, or you can say
that's buffalo chicken. It's my final answer.
Sophie, are we going to take that as an answer?
I think so. I think we have buffalo wings, but yeah, absolutely. Buffalo chicken is what it is when
there you
at
go.
the end of the day. Yeah.
All right, Jess, that's 20 points on the board for you. You went with Chicken Manhattan at first. I gave you a little bit of leeway there, but buffalo chicken, buffalo wings, that's
I
it.
think of buffalo chicken as like a dish. I was like chicken piccata, but but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes way more sense than what I said.
Well, that's 20 points on the board for Jess. Doug, let's see if you can get on the board as well. What are the names of the Rice Krispies mascot?
Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Boys.
You knew them, you grew up with them, and you got 20 points.
Yes, they guided me to the right road to diabetes.
A road that has guided a lot of Americans.
Nothing's more American than.
Jess, you are up.
Yeah.
What breakfast cereal was Sony the Cuckoo Bird cuckoo for?
He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You knew it. You got it. That's 20 points on the board. Let's see if we can stump them. Let's see, Doug. Let's see if we can stump you with this one. The state of Georgia is the third largest producer of which fruit? Looking for the third.
Well, considering it's the symbol of the state, I'm going to say peach.
You went with peach. You know it's on their license plate. It's called the Peach State, and you are right. The third largest producer. You'd think that it would be the first because they're the Georgia peaches, but third.
Made in Georgia.
Who are 1 and 2?
I believe it's Florida, and if I'm not incorrect, South Carolina. Yep, 1 and 2, and then Georgia coming up. Jess, we're going to go to you, and we're going to ask you, which kind of bread is sliced at twice the thickness of similar breads and is commonly buttered and served along with fried foods or barbecue?
Okay, I don't eat a lot of bread. I don't know if does this count as bread? I don't know. I'm going to say cornbread.
Cornbread
counts as bread. I'm going to say cornbread. Final answer.
I think cornbread counts as a bread, but the bread that we were looking for was Texas toast.
Texas toast.
We're looking for the thickness of it. Yeah.
Thick. Yeah.
That's some thick stuff.
Cornbread is often buttered and eaten at barbecues, so it wasn't.
That is true. That is true.
Not really bread.
It's more of a dessert type of thing, but that's okay. Before we throw it to Doug, you know you're watching Whatever It Takes. We love our audience. We love to have some participation with you. And we always do for our first challenge of round number 2. It's an audience question. We are throwing it to you. We want you to vote. Usually we would put a poll up in Twitch, but as I said earlier, I am the one producing the show and also hosting the show and reading all of the questions and answers. So I can't do that right now, but we want you to put your answer into the chat. What do you want to see for the audience question? It's going to be, we're going to ask them, you are the best man or maid of honor at a wedding for a cereal mascot, and you have to deliver an epic speech and incorporate the mascot's jingle or their brand into the speech. The audience, you're going to decide what mascot is going to be your groom or bride or other non-gender designated person getting married, and they'll have a minimum of 20 seconds doing that. It's going to be either Count Chocula, Tony the Tiger, or Trix, or the Trix Rabbit, silly rabbit tricks are for kids. You get to decide. Sophie's going to be monitoring the chat. Put it in there. Do you want to see them, basically serenade Count Chocula, Tony the Tiger, or Trix the Rabbit? Let us know. But getting back into our show, Doug, you are up right now, and we want to know, can you name the the top 2 American grocery stores in the U.S. by overall consumer satisfaction?
I'm gonna say Star Market and Shoney's.
Shoney's. We just need one. You went with Star Markets and Shoney's, and that is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for Publix. I believe Publix is like down in Florida, and then
Oh,
Wegmans.
oh,
Yeah,
how? Oh man!
it's
I mean,
national.
our friend Cervico just preaches about Wegmans all the time.
I
so.
know. He's got a whole podcast and everything. He does. He really does. It's called Weg Fans.
I'm not
Wait,
surprised.
Y'all have a friend with a podcast about the supermarket Wegmans.
Yes.
I was in Wegmans the other day for the first time in like probably since college, and got so overwhelmed when I walked in. I almost thought about messaging him and like asking for help. I am in the Westward Wegmans. Help me.
Let me ask you, what was the most like overwhelming part of the Wegmans experience?
There was just so much stuff. Like I went in because I was going to a friend's house for just like a game night, and I wanted to get like some chips and dip or whatever to bring with me. Like Roach Brothers makes an amazing buffalo chicken dip, which is what I ended up going with in the end. So I was like, oh, let's see if like Wegmans offers something like that. But there are so many like stations and areas and cuisines and whatever that I just like wandering around. It was just like just an information overload, and I had to leave.
One simply does not go to Wegmans just for cheese.
I know. There was so much.
So
Ultimately, the problem was that I was getting distracted from my task, and I was like, I just need to get out of here and go someplace normal.
Well, Jess, we only got 1 more minute left in round 1. Let's see if maybe we can even get a whatever it takes challenge, something happening. Y'all have been going for all the questions. We love to see that. We also love challenges. Jess, you're up. We're going to ask you, garbanzo beans are also known as what?
Chickpeas.
Chickpeas is correct. Hey,
I love chickpeas.
Love chickpeas. That's 20 points on the board. Let's see if we can get Doug one more last question in this round. The cookie slash biscuit. This cookie slash biscuit is filled with fig jelly. Do you know what that is?
Of course, you can never just. Have you ever really just tried to have one fig Newton? You really can't. I mean,
you can't.
It's not possible.
All right. Fig Newton, that's 20 points. Y'all knew your domestic groceries. We tried to stump you a little bit, but it wasn't happening. That's all right. It's the end of round 1. You've been incredible. Before we check in with our contestants again, I want to let you know that, hey, you're right here. You're watching 2MB Studios. Maybe you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Why don't you just hit that, follow, subscribe button? You'll be notified anytime any of the incredible streamers go on. Sophie, Jess, Doug, we all stream on this channel, not just in this show, but in other shows as well. I think Sophie and Doug and Jess, I think too. Are you all going to be on the 69 show after this one?
I think so.
Yeah. So if you're enjoying the show now, you can get another hour and a half with them. Make sure, come on, we're serving up fresh content, fresh stuff, 7 days a week. It's incredible. Before we get that score update from Sophie, Doug, I just want to check in with you. I know that you're on QAW. Is there any other things that you've been doing that you want our audience to know about?
Well, I just finished up a run of shows with Tesseract Plays of Boston, opening up for Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is always fun. Davis Square Theater, as packed as we could be. Was Halloween, and then I've got, what do I got coming on later on this month? I have, not this month, next month, December 24th, I'm doing Red Nun. I'm doing a stand-up set at Red Nun in Dennisport, Massachusetts, which it's a very easy commute from Somerville nowadays.
Yeah.
But always a fun crowd, always such a fantastic fun crowd. By fun, I mean drunk. But it's super fun. It's going to be a stacked show. Everybody should come out, especially because I need a ride. It's going to be a good show.
So let us know again when and where is that show happening?
That would be 8 p.m. or the Red Nun in Dennisport on December 23rd. So if you hate your family but like stand-up comedy, come to Dennisport.
Doug's going to be there. Doug's hilarious. Check out that show if you're in New England. Go and do that. Sophie, before we get into round 2, what's the score update?
So we are completely tied up. Both Jess and Doug both have 60 points. So it is quite literally anyone's game going into round 2.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Hey, if you've just joined us, we're doing whatever it takes. We do an audience question. The first challenge of round 2 is going to be one of our contestants, either Jess or Doug, is going to be doing a best man or a maid of honor speech to a cereal mascot. Let us know in the chat who you'd like to see that happening. It's either Count Chocula, Tony the Tiger, or the Tricks Rabbit. Silly Rabbit Tricks are for kids. Let us know in that. We're going to round 2. We're starting with Doug. Doug, are you ready?
Born ready.
All right, they're tied.
Actually,
Let's see if
born
we
early,
can.
but-
Let's see if we can get some over here. I should also mention before we get into that, I'm doing so much right now. It's round 2. The questions are harder, but also the points are higher. It's 40 points for an original challenge. It's 80 points. Original question, 80 points for a challenge question. It's going to be great. Let's go. Which food was rationed after World War II ended, but not during the war? Looking for the food product you couldn't really find in grocery stores after World War II. Remember, Doug, if you don't know, you can challenge Jess.
I'm challenging to Jess.
All right. Jess, you are up. You can either answer this
Have an
question
idea.
or you can hear out the whatever it takes challenge, and then you can determine if you're going to do it yourself or you're going to make Doug do it.
I have an idea, but I'm going to go for the whatever it takes challenge.
All right. It's the first whatever it takes challenge, and it's the audience question. Sophie, I hope you've been monitoring the chat, seeing what the audience is thinking about that. Can you remind our viewers what the challenge is going to be?
Yes, absolutely. So the challenge is called Bran of Honor, and you are a maid of honor or a man of honor, person of honor at a wedding for a cereal mascot, and you have to deliver just the most epic, heartfelt speech about your relationship to this cereal mascot, incorporating their jingle or their catchphrase into your speech. And the audience will just, and the audience has decided between the 3 potential mascots, Count Chocula, Tony the Tiger, Tricks the Rabbit. Luckily for us, Silly Rabbit, it is Tricks for us. So Tricks the Rabbit.
Nice.
Right.
So, Jess, do you want to take on this challenge, or are you going to make Doug do it?
I will take that challenge. I'm going to do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, Jess, I am going to isolate you. I'm going to count you down. You have about a minute, but we'll let you freeform this. You can do whatever you would like. You can do a jingle. You can sing. You can incorporate their whatever. But you're going to be going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Tricks Rabbit, it's been years since we've known each other. You've been a staple in my childhood and a staple in my adulthood. Silly Rabbit, tricks aren't just for kids. They're for grown-ups too. Because what you've meant to me throughout my entire life is more than I can say. And I know that in your marriage to your partner, you're going to mean so much more to them than you've ever meant to me, because you're made for each other, like tricks are made for kids and also for adults. Mazel.
Hey, Mazel.
The Tricks Rabbit Jewish.
Sophie, what are you thinking about that? What are you seeing in the chat? Are we going to give the 80 points to Jess?
I love love. and just to understand the depth and history that you have with Tricks the Rabbit, it really stirred something within me. And you used the catchphrase, and it was so affirming, so validating that yes, he may have been denied tricks his whole life, but he deserves love. So yes, I am going to award Jess the 80 points for a fantastically done speech.
All right.
Jess, that's 80 points on the board. That's our first challenge. And guess what, Jess? You were challenged, and that means you get to go again right now.
All right.
You get 40 more points. Let's see. According to surveys, what is the U.S.'s top family food? It's the top family food here in the United States. Again, you can challenge Doug.
Yeah, I'm gonna challenge Doug.
Okay, Doug. You know, you got your little nuclear family units. What are you thinking that is the top family food? Or do you want to hear what the whatever it takes challenge is?
So I can hear the challenge and decide to take the challenge.
So
you know what? I want to guess because I think I'm right.
Ooh.
I think I'm right because what family doesn't look forward to taco night?
Taco night, Taco Tuesday.
Taco
is
Tuesday.
an establishment. But it is the wrong answer.
I am in the wrong country.
We were looking for
I'm moving.
spaghetti. Come on. It's so you know, it's
so many
pasta.
Americans are wrong right now.
That did not cross my mind. I was like, eggs, maybe? I don't know.
You got to think about when you got kids. You need to give them like something that's quick to make and it'll fill them up and they don't complain about. You put some pasta, some meatballs. All the kids love it.
That's why I gotta have kids, so I'm better at trivia.
That's why everyone has kids. For the trivia.
All right, Doug. Let's see if well, you were just challenged, and that means that you're up again. Let's see if you can redeem yourself and get some more points. All right. In Newark, New Jersey, it's illegal to sell what after 6 p.m. unless a doctor's note is shown. That's right.
It's not. I mean, I've been to New Jersey, and I know the answer isn't soap, but it should be. Can I? I want to go for the challenge.
So you can challenge Jess. And
Yes.
Jess can decide. Yes, Jess, you're up. You can either try to answer the question or hear out what the whatever it takes challenge will be.
Yeah, I haven't a clue. So let's hear about that challenge.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Before I throw it to Sophie, I'm going to let you know the answer. We were looking for ice cream. You need ice cream.
Really?
It's a weird law that they have. I'm sure it's not really enforced, but it is a law in Newark, New Jersey.
I assumed it would involve something in some food they sell in a smoke shops because they're everywhere in New Jersey.
Look at that. They're saying a prescription for ice cream.
I bet it was one guy that had this happen.
Yeah.
That was just go after 6 p.m.
And now because of him, it's ruined for everybody.
Yeah.
Sophie, you're up. Let the audience and Jess know what the challenge is.
All right. So, Jess, you have a 25-second challenge.
Okay.
You have 25 seconds to do a celebrity impression of some kind. Can be anyone who is a celebrity.
Okay.
And I have to correctly guess who it is.
Okay.
You cannot say their name or say, "Oh, I've been in Big Fat Liar," or another movie they might have been in, or something that they've done. It has to be based on the merit of your impression alone. So,
okay. I couldn't say say a quote from their movie or anything. That's off the table.
No.
Okay. Just so I'm clear on the rules.
Yes.
Okay.
So Jess,
yes, sorry, go.
Jess, I was going to say, are you going to take this challenge or are you going to throw it to Doug?
I think I've got one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for it.
Sophie, is there anything else you need, or should we count down Jess?
Nope, I'm good. Do you need me to start the clock, or do you have a clock?
I could do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I'm just so excited to be here. Wow. Oh, what a show this is on. It's really such an honor to be here talking about myself and the celebrity things that I've done. I won't mention any of them by name because I know it's not in the rules. But wow, such a wonderful time being here on whatever it takes. So glad to be here.
That was fantastic.
The audience is loving it.
I recently went on a Hawaiian vacation. It was a lot, and I actually met Jennifer Coolidge, and you sound just like her.
Nice.
Yep. I think everyone was loving the Jennifer Coolidge in the chat. The whole chat loved it. Spot on.
It's like
There
the
you
one I
go.
can pull out of my pocket. Jennifer Coolidge of all people.
It was so good. And Jess, guess what? You are up again. You got 80 points on the board there. Let's see if we can get 40 points from this one. All right. What was the name of Cheerios when it was first marketed 50 years ago? We're looking for the original name of Cheerios.
I know I used to know the answer to this question, but I cannot come up with it. So I am going to challenge Doug.
All right, Doug, you're up. You know your Cheerios facts, or are you going to take that?
I'm going to take the challenge.
He's going to hear
do
out
it.
the whatever it takes challenge.
Yep, I need some points, yo.
We need some points on
Points.
I'm getting whipped.
That's 80 points guaranteed over there. Before I get to you, Sophie, I'm just going to let the audience know what the answer was. It was Cheery Oats.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I think it's that, but is that too easy?
Yep,
that would have been my guess, but I want the challenge.
Yep, they took out the A and the T, but Sophie, you're up with the whatever it takes challenge. Let us know.
All right, Doug. So the name of this challenge is Call It In. For this challenge, you are going to need to call a family, a friend, an enemy, a member of your community, someone whose number you have. But before you call them, we want you to guess what is that person's go-to grocery store milk when they go to the grocery store. If it's dairy milk, I want to know a percentage, 1%, 2% whole milk. If it's one of the alternative milks, I gotta know.
Okay. So you want me to call somebody on the phone? Okay. All right. And ask them what their go-to grocery.
Yes, but I want you to guess before you call and then call to confirm.
Okay, so grocery stores sell liquor. So some of them do.
Yes,
so I am going to say vodka.
Their go-to milk is vodka.
Oh, you want to know what their go-to milk is?
Yeah, go to milks.
Okay.
Who knows the dude? It's a White Russian.
Vodka, vodka is
it's like hard milk over here.
I have friends who like hard milk. Okay, I'm gonna say whole milk.
Okay.
Okay, that was the crucial part of the question, Douglas.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm hard of listening, says the guy with headphones on.
Doug, we're going to ask you to call that person on like speaker and also let us know who you're calling and their relation to you.
I'm gonna call my friend Dennis Hurley, who I've done a number of projects with, and I'm gonna ask him. We'll see if he picks up the phone.
What's the milk, by the way?
The milk, I'm gonna say whole milk.
Whole milk.
I'm gonna say whole milk. So let's see.
Let's see if your buddy is even going to pick up the phone.
I know. He's gonna like, why are you calling me?
This is the suspense of the question.
Yes, it is.
What's up?
Hey, Dendo. I'm doing a show online called Whatever It Takes. And if you go to the supermarket What is your go-to milk option that you always buy?
Oh,
He's thinking.
you're gonna have to give me a couple days on that one.
Do you need me to send you an email? Do you need me, or do I have to fax it?
All right, I'll be straight up with you. I'm gonna be straight up.
Okay.
Almond milk.
I guess I don't know you as well as I thought I was, and I'm gonna hang up in embarrassment, my friend.
I guess not.
No.
Bye. He hung up first.
Oh,
Your
man.
buddy went with whole. Your buddy went with almond. Sophie, I think it's fair to say that Doug, you're not getting those 80
No.
points.
Oh,
No. I'm crying for the lost friendship, not points. I think you just deleted me from Facebook. No, nobody deletes anybody from Facebook nowadays.
Oh.
No,
My
no.
best friend from high school did.
Scandal.
The drama.
I know.
The drama. Stab. So that is actually the end of round 3. Can you believe it? That's how we're ended round 3.
2?
Yeah.
Round
2.
Round
My
two.
bad. Yeah,
I
folks
gotta-
out there.
I gotta pick
Look,
up the
Did I
pace.
black out around?
I'm doing this teching and the production at the same time and doing the hosting duties, it's a lot.
You're
So
doing great.
yeah, I
You're
already
doing
went
great.
to round 3. I'm like, it's the 69 show now. Hey, the
Get
theme
outta
is
here.
milk. Y'all got a milk-based thing? I don't know.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
All right. That's the end of round 2. Before we get a score update, before we check in with Jess and see what Jess has been up to, want you to know about 2MB Studios. It's got a Patreon. That's the
Patreon.
word. It's got a Patreon. Go ahead, subscribe to it. Throw, $2, $5, $10. Support these shows. Support this channel. Support the content that's coming on. Again, we all do stuff on this channel. It helps out a lot. You get some behind the scenes stuff, some exclusive shows. It's great. I'm a patron, love it, and it's amazing. Jess, we were talking about like you doing a bunch of stuff. You were doing you do some shows here, like the 69 show and QAW as well. Is there anything else that you want our audience to know about? Any other shows you got coming up?
Yeah. So QAW, alas, is over, but you can still catch me with regularity on Friend Theft Auto, and also on the 69 show, such as right after this. And I usually find a way to worm my way onto other shows on this channel. And I am also a cast member of Dirty Disney. And we'll be returning to live shows in December. It is a show that is exactly what it sounds like, where we take your favorite Disney songs and make them for grown-ups.
Nice. Do you have any idea of when and where you'll be performing Dirty Disney?
The first show back will be December 3rd at Laugh Boston.
Okay, Laugh Boston. Again, if you're in the New England area, you go to Laugh Boston, December 3rd, see some Dirty Disney, some of your favorite childhood, doodahs, and make them dirty.
Exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, awesome. Oh yeah, you were also doing Little Red Riding Hood this summer, right? You were performing at a
Yes.
show of that.
I did a production of Into the Woods this summer, where I was cast as Little Red Riding Hood, despite being 5'8" and 30. But we just took it in a whole new direction. I wore like 4-inch chunky platform shoes, so I was like as tall as the two guys playing wolves. And we just did a whole new interpretation of Little Red, and it was very, very fun. And one of the cast members made me a little mug to commemorate it. Isn't that
It
cute?
is so cute.
Right?
So
Just got a little
awesome.
basket with your little knife, and that was everybody's favorite line that I said in the show was "I'm your mother now."
I'm your mother
Um,
now.
So
Nice.
yeah,
So
good time.
cute. Yeah. Awesome. Sophie, hey, can you let us know about the score update?
Of course. So this round, based on the strength of Jess's Jennifer Coolidge impression and her very moving speech at the Trix Rabbit's wedding, Jess did clean up this round. She scored 160, and so she has a total of 220 to Doug's 60. But Doug, you are still in this game. You have a fickle friend who changes up their milk habits too much. That's not your fault.
That's not healthy. That's not healthy at all either. No.
No. And almond,
Bad for the
as
digestive tract.
plant-based goes, almond not necessarily the most environmental. So we're on your side. Going
Take that, big
into
almond.
round 3. Yep.
Well, Jess, you're going to be going up first, but we're going to round 3. And as you know, the questions are going harder. We're going to international grocery store and supermarket related things, but the points are also going to be the highest there is. So, Doug, hey, you might be trailing behind, but an original question, it's 80 points. A challenge question, 160 points. That's right. One question, one challenge can jump you right back into it. But first, we're going to check in with Jess. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All
Still
right.
anybody's game, but I'm ready.
What fruit commonly found in grocery stores here in the United States is also a flightless bird native to New Zealand?
A kiwi.
A kiwi is correct.
Yeah.
You got that's 80 points on the board. Doug, we're going to go to you. What is France's leading supermarket by market share? You're looking for.
Is it something involving a baguette? I don't know. I'm gonna challenge.
All right, Jess. Do you know what is popping in the French grocery stores, or are you going to take that whatever it takes challenge?
Yeah, France is one of the countries I haven't been to yet. So I'm gonna go for the challenge.
The kiwi.
Kiwi.
Before we get to Sophie, I'll let you know it's Carrefour, France.
Oh yeah, I know
Carrefour,
that. I know that, Shane. I know that. Shane.
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
know they were French.
Is
Doesn't
it in
know.
New England? I don't know.
Not in New England. Unless, is Marseille in New England? I don't think it is.
It's definitely in southern France.
There you go.
I don't know if there's another one somewhere in New England.
Hey, Sophie, can you let us know what the challenge is?
Yes. So, Jess, this question is called My Personal Robot, and it's a 60-second challenge. And essentially, in this challenge, you will be my robot.
Okay.
And you must do anything that I tell you to do using your best robot impersonation.
Right.
And you have to complete all of my tasks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Jess, are you gonna take this on, or are you gonna challenge Doug to do it?
I'm kind of nervous, but I'm gonna do it.
Nice.
That was a real struggle in my brain, but I'm gonna.
You're.
Oh no! I should
They wanted you to give it to Doug.
Just to give him a chance. Sorry, I didn't think.
Hey, Sophie.
I am certain you will have an opportunity.
Sophie, let's count that down. You count it down, and then Jess is your robot.
Okay, all right. So, Jess, you are my robot. You will have 60 seconds starting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jess, my robot, could you put in an order for a chai tea latte? Could you make me a chai tea latte, please?
Yes, I can make you a chai tea latte, but did you want me to put in an order or make one?
Put in the order and then make one. Can you also call my mom at the same time and tell her that I'm not coming to Thanksgiving?
Yes. Do you prefer Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash?
I prefer just calling the restaurant directly.
Okay.
But you need to be on the same. You also need to be on the phone with my mom at the same time because I really got to get to her.
Luckily, we have three-way calling.
Okay. All right. While you're doing that, my son, he wants you to
Hello.
teach.
Sophie wants a chai tea latte and also will not be home for dinner.
My son, he also wants to know what the latest TikTok dance craze is. Can you do that for him?
Yes, the newest Tick-Tock dance craze is to a Spanish song where they do little jive kicks. Once I move my chair, I will. They do the kicks like this, engaging non-robot dancer mode. Little kicks like this, and then this thing, and they go in a circle.
All right. Thank you very much, Robot. Take yourself offline.
All right, Just Robot. I think we got everything that we wanted to see. That was incredible. Just doing the robot stuff. So she's getting herself situated. Sophie, while Jess is doing that, what are you thinking? Are we going to give the 160 points to Jess?
Yeah, so she did follow all of my directives, which I need from a robot. I was almost gonna not give it to her because she said that she was gonna do non-robotic TikTok moves, but she put herself into the program mode that would allow for that, which I must have forgotten I programmed that. So I think I am.
You're smarter than you give yourself credit for, Sophie.
Yeah.
There you go. That's 160 points. And guess what, Jess? You were challenged. That means that means that you get to go once again. Here's a doozy. 7-Eleven is the world's largest grocery chain. Can you believe that? With 46,000 outlets in 16 countries. The company has two headquarters. One is in the US and the other is in what nation?
I'm actually pretty sure I know this one.
Okay.
But I'm going to give it to Doug.
Okay, Doug.
I need a challenge.
You need
I gotta make up points.
Can I guess before he takes his challenge?
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Is it Japan?
You know, you don't get any points for answering that, but you got it correct. It is Japan.
I knew it, but
7-Eleven really count as groceries, though?
In other countries, it does.
Okay.
It's a whole different place in Japan.
Jess, didn't you work for a traveling company?
I did. I used to work for a travel company.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, Sophie, let's see if Doug can get some points on the board with this challenge. Why don't you let him know what it is?
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite challengers. This is called Brand Marketer, and Doug, I'm a rising agricultural social media influencer and farm to table mogul. And I want you to pitch me a new, hot, never before seen vegetable for Gen Z farmers. Ooh. And you also have 60 seconds.
Guys, you know how nobody likes squash? It's that option at Thanksgiving that people just go, yeah, I'll pass. Let me get some tomatoes. Let me get some potatoes. Well, we've taken potatoes and tomatoes and squash and put them into one super vegetable called schwamado. It is the right type of salty. It is the right type of sweet. All in one, and it can also be turned into a paste to put on your Impossible Burger. It is free range grown. It is picked at its maturity so that it has a long life. And each package of Shamido comes with a biography, a biography of the life of each particular vegetable. On each, so before you partake in it, you can read about the life that it led before you eat it. And it also comes with great recipes for an air fryer.
It comes with great recipes for an air fryer. That's the end of it. Sophie, what are you thinking?
I think that Gen Z is gonna love that. They love their biographies. They love their air fryers. To me, it's a hit.
Disclaimer: it has no nutritional value.
That's even better.
I make my money the old-fashioned way, selling toxic stuff to children. So Doug, you are gonna get 160 for that.
160 points.
Yay!
And guess what, Doug? Guess what? You are up again because you were challenged that. Let me ask you a
Okay.
question. What European nation consumes more spicy Mexican food than any other nation outside of Mexico?
Just based on my extensive knowledge of Doctor Who, I'm going to say Britain.
Britain loving spicy things. Now, I've been to Britain a lot, and I know that their food is extremely bland. And so the answer is Norway. So unfortunately, can't give you those points. But hey, maybe Jess might not get this next one. Let's see. Jess, what was margarine called when it was first marketed in England?
Something weird, I'm sure.
You could challenge Doug.
Yeah. And this is another one. I have an idea on this one. Like, I was pretty sure on the 7-Eleven one. This one I have an idea, but I'm not positive. So I'm gonna kick it back to Doug.
Okay, Doug. I'm also gonna let you know this is our last question or challenge of the night. It's your last chance to get 160 points.
Give me a challenge. I wanna upset Jess. I want to end this with. Hopefully, I end it with tears, either mine or hers.
Can I make a guess before he? Just so I can see if my idea was right.
Go ahead.
Clotted cream.
Clotted cream. We're looking for butterine.
Butterine.
I was thinking cow
Butterine.
jam, but because everything's jam over there.
I believe it's some butter. Yeah. Oh.
Cow jam.
All right, Sophie. Why don't you let us know about the last challenge?
All right. So, Doug, for this last challenge, we're going to someplace near and dear to many people's hearts. Trader Joe's. I don't really trust them. I don't know what they're about, but we're just gonna have to go there. This challenge is a 30-second challenge. You are going to need to name 10 related items or topics, or things that are in line with this topic. And myself and the audience will decide if you've completed the challenge. So your topic is Trader Joe's, and you have 30 seconds to name just things related to Trader Joe's. And I will count you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, things related to Trader Joe's. A sad parking lot next to a computer store. You get yelled at if you don't bring your own bag. Period. The fresh produce is frozen and then defrosted and then marked as fresh, like the mafia would. That it is. I never trust anybody in Birkenstocks, so I don't trust the prices at Trader Joe's. Nobody does.
And that's 5, right?
I believe.
Oh, and we're
Yeah.
oh no, keep going. Yes.
Oh, keep going.
Yeah.
And also, that product that you want isn't in the aisle you think it is.
All right.
Hey, why don't we just end it there?
Yeah,
Getting 5
we
things
were out
over
of
there.
time.
I think he would have done it. I think he would have done it.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the show. We only got like 3 more minutes. Sophie, what are you thinking over there? I think he got it, you know?
I think he painted a picture with he painted a real mise-en-scene of what it is like to be in a Trader Joe's. So I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah, I'm going on 2 years of memory here, so 2 years since I've been in Trader Joe's because.
Hey, Doug, that's 160 points on the board, and that's the end of the show. It's the end of it. We're going to announce who the winner is, but before we do that, I'm just going to let you know, you got to stick over here. You see Sophie, you see Jess, you see Doug, you watch for an hour and a half more, because the most sultriest pun game on all of Twitch is coming up next. It's 69 minutes of sex with me. Where's it? Right here on 2MB Studios. You don't even have to change anything. Just continue watching. It's going to be amazing. And again, you're watching you deciding I don't want to be a patron, it's a lot to do, but you still want to help out with the channel, hey, look below. There should be some material about Ko-Fi, and some other things. If you want to send a tip, $2, $3, $5, $10, what it is, helps us keep this channel running, and we would be very appreciative. But before that, but going back to the show, Sophie, who did whatever it took to win?
So it was a beautiful competition, filled with passion and heart, and just people who really wanted it. But the person who had whatever it takes is Jess Cashin with 460 points to Doug's 380 points. Though Doug snuck in there and got very, very close.
Jess
when it
has
came to round
redeemed.
three.
Jess has redeemed
Redemption!
himself. Jess, you got 30 seconds. Tell the audience what this means for you.
Oh man, this means a lot to me. You know, I feel like I wish that my dear friend Anthony Zonfrelli were here so that I could show him what a true victor I am. This is just, I am so glad that I get to redeem myself from my original performance and whatever it takes. This is the first time that I have ever won. No, that's not right. This is the third time. I started out with game shows with a really bad track record that I am slowly improving. And this is just part of that journey. So thank you.
You've done so well. I'm sorry to cut you off. You both were incredible. We got 69 minutes of Sex With Me coming up until, hey, 2 weeks from now, in the 1st of November, the third Friday of November, we'll be back here, whatever it takes. If you like what I was doing, you can follow me on Twitter at b.jeranyama, on Instagram at b.jeranyama. Sophie, where can people find you?
They can find me, that's a good question. You can find me at Snopey_Amelia on Instagram or at the Is It Wet Pod, which is a podcast that I do. That's where most of my thoughts are.
Is It Wet Podcast. You can find that on all your podcatchers. Great podcast Sophie does with another great comedian, Caitlin. But hey, this has been Whatever It Takes. Congratulations, Jess. Doug, we loved having you, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.